they outplayed us. And I think the third quarter, we actually won the third quarter, and fought back and took a 5-point lead. Just didn't, well, outscored them by 5 points. We were still down fourth, so 4 points. But our efforts in the third quarter gave us opportunity to be even more confident as we go into the fourth quarter. We just simply didn't turn the ball over as much as we did the first half. It's not a very complicated game. We had 11 turnovers at halftime, end up with 3 in the third and fourth quarter. So with only 3 turnovers, you're going to have scoring opportunities. And basically it came down to that. We had more scoring opportunities and was successful scoring. And that gave us a little more confidence with our defense. And, of course, got several points, 18 points from a free throw line, and that certainly helped, especially at the end of the game. And some big threes. I really think that Nene hit a big 3 out of the corner, and Layla hit a big 3 to put us right at 7 or 10-point lead. And that was something we needed, something we've been missing the entire game. But again, everybody sort of hangs their hats on their offense. I really think our defense was certainly better in the second half or third, fourth quarter.
8 turnovers in the first quarter, then 3 in the second, then 3 in the second half combined. What was the difference that you noticed with being able to take care of the ball, finish possessions with either going to the free throw line or getting at least a shot at the basket?
Well, Damien, coaching is definitely humbling at times, and these turnovers that we had, I was counting every one of them and dying with every one of them. Okay, I'm trying to put the team in a position that they're relaxed and give them something that they can start strong. But reality, 4 turnovers out of the first 4 possessions, and until we mature and understand that, or be a little more focused, I can't really say I know what the combination is. As I said, I'm humbled, but I'm certainly grateful that they came out with a little more grit and took care of the ball, because most of those turnovers are, I don't know, they're frustrating and confusing, to say the least. So I can't say anything other than it's the grit of the team, and really sort of rallying around 3 seniors, 2 managers, 1 player, and just playing much better ball in the third and fourth quarter.
What did you see with the way your girls attacked in the third quarter and became the aggressors and forced them to foul when you guys were attacking the basket to get so many attempts at the free throw line?
Well, we just simply caused some offense and still being comfortable with just taking outside shots. We were more aggressive. And I certainly think that with 5 minutes to go and we're in a double bonus, that helped us. And attacking inside, yet at the end of the day, they still score more points than we do in the paint. But we got to the free throw line trying to score those points in the paint, and just being more aggressive. I wished I could take credit for it, but the team is they let things work and just was more aggressive.
Kean had picked up the flagrant 1 there in the first quarter. You didn't play her to the second half, and then what did you see with the energy she brought, sort of fresh legs to get some touches in there and get some of their post players in foul trouble and really get things kicked off in the second half?
Well, we've been able to see Kean all year and watching her in practice. She's a hungry line. She wants to stay aggressive, and the flagrant foul, that doesn't bother me because I know her heart, and it was legit. They looked at it, reviewed it. She was just trying to protect what's hers, and that was the ball. And we took her out, but not only her. Typically, you pick up 2 fouls in the first or second quarter, you're more likely to set until the second half. And she was big on the defensive end, playing position, picking up, I think, at least 3 charges, helping the guards on the penetration and rotating over. And she certainly was big on the defensive end. And generally speaking, you pick up 2 fouls. I don't care what kind of fouls they are. We'd like to have you playing with fresh legs and a calm head in the third and fourth quarter, and that's where she came in. And obviously had more playing time, so she had more damage to her opponent.
What are you going to be working on this next week coming up into the tournament?
Well, just execution. I mean, it was really frustrating first and second quarter. We just never got into a rhythm on the offensive end, and always kept the pressure on our defense. I'd like to work on rebounding. We got out rebounded. I'd like to work on our footwork and just being able to execute our offense with a little better understanding, because they're good on defense. Let's give them credit. I think they're number one in the nation, okay? So they're going to frustrate you, but still they don't frustrate you till you make walking turnovers and things like that. We just got to get better at executing. Unfortunately, we are getting better, but it certainly didn't look that way in the first and second quarter.
Once I see the ball go in the hoop, it zones me in and makes me focus on defense more and turns my teams up too. So those were big shots.
You guys had 8 turnovers in the first quarter, only 6 the rest of the game. What did you guys do collectively to make sure you took care of the ball and valued possession, and then attack the basket, get to the free throw line, and ultimately get really good shots?
Well, we kind of calmed down. Beginning of the game, it was like everything wasn't going our way, so we kind of came together and told each other to calm down and let it work, and it did.
How much did you guys work on free throws following Monday's loss?
Oh, well, we have to shoot 50, we have to make 50 free throws a day, shoot 50 free throws every day. So.
Was that third quarter seemed like you guys just constantly went to the free throw line?
Yeah, the game plan was to just keep attacking because they were in foul trouble. So.
And how much did that help you score? I think all but 2 points or all but 4 points in the quarter off the free throw line. Was that important just to keep getting them in foul trouble and keep getting easy points when the clock was stopped, just to kind of chip away at that lead?
Yes, well, we knew that majority of their players were in foul trouble, so we wanted to keep attacking and get to the free throw line every time, so it worked.
What was it that changed the momentum, sort of in the fourth quarter?
Well, we were getting stops and making big plays on offense, so that's what really changed the momentum towards our side. So.
Come back there, kind of building up in the third quarter and taking over in the fourth quarter.
I mean, well, obviously, I was disappointed to not be able to play as much in the first half, but I think just watching the game and watching my teammates in there, it just made me hungrier. I wanted to play so bad in the first half, so I just kind of took it all out in the third and fourth quarters, which benefited the team. I really wanted to make the biggest impact on defense because I knew if we got stops, then that would translate into offense. So that's what I tried to do, just helping the guards out when they got beat one-on-one or in switches and stuff like that.
How did you make Campbell draw the fouls, especially with the big post players?
You just got to keep moving your feet. I mean, early in the season, those fouls would have been on me because I didn't move my feet. I just decided to slap at people. But it just happens with moving your feet. You get in the right position, and they come into you, and you just take the contact.
What's it like to have Audrey as a leader on the team, little senior? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, I love it. I mean, she's such a humble person. No matter what she does, she's not going to go crazy, get hype, point any fingers at herself. She always just reflects it away from her. And it's so humbling to look at her and to just admire her through these games because you always say, that's somebody I want to be like, but not everybody has a role model for that. So it's just great that she is our role model for that.
Big day for you, senior day. What can you say about that and just the game and how it resulted?
It's such a blessing to be playing at Liberty and being a part of this team and with my teammates and my coaches, and just today is another reminder of how much I've been blessed over these past 4 years, and especially winning on senior day. You can't ask for much more. I just can't wait till next weekend when we are in the conference tournament playing on our home court. I can potentially, hopefully, win and finish with a win on my home court.
That go-ahead basket, what did you see there underneath the clog of people in the lane, and you were able to get that shot up and off the glass?
Yeah, I just knew the shot clock was running down, and our coaches always tell us to be aggressive, attack the basket, foul or finish. So It might have been a little bit of a prayer, but that's okay. It went in. I've taken those shots in practice, so it's just kind of another shot that you take.
How important was it being aggressive in the second half to chip away at that lead, get to the free throw line, and start getting some confidence so you could excel on the defensive end?
It was really important for us to be aggressive. That was one thing we talked about at halftime, was just we were kind of settling for outside shots, not really getting into our groove. Us being aggressive on offense not only puts them in a bad position on defense, but also gives us some more energy and gives us the momentum for ourselves on defense as well.
What do you think is going to be key for winning in the tournament?
A key thing would be for us to just do our own thing, to take care of what we know that we need to do. Every team brings their A game for conference time, so we have to make sure we bring ours as well. We've shown that we can beat any team in this conference, and you just have to remember that and just play with confidence when we go into tournament.